Welcome, MCFB Live, Thursday night, number 80, and what a number to have. We're going to make some history tonight, gang. We've never had a student in hair school on. And under normal circumstances, I wouldn't, but a couple of months ago, Jennifer and Jessica O'Connor, the co-owners of Summit Salon Academy in Perrysburg, told me Maddie's story, and the rest is history. So she's on tonight. Let me tell you a little bit about why I think she is awesome and why I wanted her to come to, I know, Shannon, to make Big Boom Boom on show number 80. First of all, let's just take a peek. 20 years old, a younger millennial, probably a senior centennial, right? She's going to graduate here in September. She's got a few hours left. And Jennifer O'Connor and Jessica tell me that they had to literally create a new level for her that goes beyond all the other levels. So I believe in the Summit Salon Academy, you've got level 1, 2, 3, 4, and the obsessive compulsive achievers get to 4. They had to create like a 5th floor for the Madmeister, right? She starts out on her story that, when she gets out of high school, she's thinking maybe she wants to do something in the medical field, but the passion kind of, like we know what it is. It touches the soul. I want to get into hairdressing, and the rest is history. What else can I tell you about her? Her performance in the salon area, in the school. Come on, it's Big Boom Boom. She's rebooking 57% of the guests that she serves, so they absolutely love her. She's running at 100 plus referrals in school. So, Jennifer and Jessica, own Zoto Salon Spa, and she's on-ramp, supersized into Zoto. So that's going to be kind of cool. And then she serves about 15 guests a week. Come on. In cosmetology school, to do that is simply unprecedented. Now, what makes Maddie, I think, is a lot of stuff, but one of the things that she does really well is she's an Instagrammer. She was hanging out on Instagram like at 14, 15 years old, like in the 9th or 10th grade. She's like screwing around with her camera and watermarking and framing apps. And, she gets into hair school, learns how to paint some hair, and the rest is history. But her handle on Instagram is madhairdesigns_. She's got about just under 300 followers, a business page, so you can touch the button and, call the school. iPhone 7 Plus on steroids with max storage because she's taking a lot of pictures. Photography is as much her game as hairdressing. As I said, she was screwing around on Instagram in the 8th and 9th grade. She got, like I said, just under 300 followers on Instagram, a couple hundred followers on Facebook. She's probably, out of her 15 guests a week, she's photographing 8 to 10 of them. If you do the math, 7 pictures on 8 guests, and she's well over 50 pictures a week. So she's really getting her photography thing together. So what I want to do, though, is, that's her performance. That's what earned her the right. But I wanted to get her on now and really have her tell you, I'm going to interview her because I think she's extraordinary. So let me get out of this and keep your fingers crossed so that I can, get out of airplay and see if we can't bring her back. Oh, and there she is. Give it up for Maddie. Maddie, you got your whole family here tonight, watching you. This is a big deal.
I see that.
Nice. Very, very nice. Well, get us started. Tell us about what it was like for you before you entered hair school and what inspired you when you were in high school to really pivot and make a decision to pursue a career in hairdressing.
Like I mentioned, I've always loved doing hair, and I just, was concerned about the money aspect of it, and then went to college and was miserable, realized was not for me, and figured if I followed my dream, the money would come and wouldn't be as important if I actually enjoyed doing what I was doing.
Yeah, and I, you and I were chatting a little bit. So yeah, originally you're on a course to go to nursing school, and I think your parents are kind of poised for that. Was there any kind of reaction when you came home from nursing school and said, "Hey, Mom, I want to go to hair school"?
They've always known that I like doing it, and I just think, they didn't really expect me to, so then when I did tell them, they weren't like, oh no, you can't do that. Didn't tell me no. When I finally told them, yeah, that's what I want to do, they encouraged it, but in the beginning they were like, but now they see me and they're super proud.
Nice. So what made you decide to go to Summit Salon Academy? I mean, there's a lot of schools in Perrysburg. Trust me, I've been there, and some great schools. But you decide to take the ride at Summit Salon Academy. What was that decision all about?
One of my friends went there, and she recommended it to me, and then I kind of did my research and compared it, and just liked what they were all about. They, gave you a managing cosmetology license, so you got that all in one.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, it's about the business, it's about guest handling, it's about planning. So I think you go to a Summit and, in addition to, preparing you to take a state board and the hairdressing thing, they really teach you how to have a vibrant, prosperous career. Now, you must have taken that to heart, Maddie, because they created a level for you. I mean, you're at 4A, and what inspired that? What motivated you? Did something happen to you on the front end where you went, okay, I'm going to go for it? Because that's energy to the 10th power.
I just always am like a go-getter. Like, if there's a goal out there, I want to reach it as fast as I can. And so I knew it was there, and I was like, I'm going to achieve it.
Yeah. Well, and I know that Jennifer and Jessica, who, co-own Summit Salon Academy, that also owns Zoto, they told me, and you told me, that as soon as you're done, like you're done in September, you're really going to immediately go to work in their salon.
Correct, yeah.
Well, I've seen what happens to people that go there, and so if what's happening to you in school is any indication what's going to be happening there, it's almost indescribable what your life is going to be like. So this is really great news, and it's to have you on the program. Your vision, certainly, of what's possible. Now that you're on the back end, you're on the back end of school and you're beginning. What's it like for you now? Like, how has your life changed, now that you're on the back end of the ride before it was on the front end?
I started at Soto, so I've been working front desk, kind of, getting the idea of how everything goes over there, and just counting down the days till I can graduate and start the associate's program there at Soto. Yeah,
so you've been interning while you're going to school, almost like a learn as you earn. So the on-ramp there is just going to be very, very smooth, huh?
Yes.
The other is that I'm really curious about is, do you have any visions about, what the future holds for you? Once you get there, are you kind of thinking about, okay, where do I go from here once I get there?
I definitely like the idea that they have a level system just like the school, because not saying it was easy, but if I could achieve as much as I did, I feel that I won't have a problem working in the salon.
Oh, yeah. I think that's why you got to where you got, because there's a level system there, and there's a level system very similar at Zoto. So this is going to be really cool to watch. Now, I want to pivot a little bit about, I know that you have a handful of helpful hints as to what students can do in school to take more advantage of the potential. I come to call them Maddie's tips, so that they don't. You took advantage of the potential. A lot of students don't. They'll take the potential for granted, and then, it could have been so much more for them for whatever reasons you took it to heart. So what are your tips for people going through school?
Definitely not to slack off, and when you have time, use your time wisely, because in the salon you'll actually be making money, so you want to practice how you play. And also, try double booking your clients as soon as possible, or maybe not as soon as possible, but by the time you leave, you should be double booking your clients, because that's how you're going to get the most money and serve the most people when you're in a salon. Right.
And then tell us a little bit. I know that when I was talking to you earlier that you got an affinity for the Summit planner. It's almost like, if you touch my planner, I'll kill you. How important was that for you?
Oh, jump journal is super important. Like, I remember when I was in my jumping month, I would take it home every night if I didn't have time in the salon and see what I needed, how many guests, where my retail was at, and rebook. And so definitely important to track.
And then I think you've been playing with the tracking app, the Summit tracking app, I think.
Yeah, yep, I do have that.
And so
I lost my jump journal last month, so I've been using the app.
Somebody stole your jump journal, Jennifer and Jessica. Go get the freaking jump journal out, right? I want to get into a little bit of social media because you got some really cool steps. Because when you and I were chatting, I think there's like 5-6 steps, and I want to go over them really, really quick with you. What step one? It sounds like on the very front end in the consultation, on the back end, you got a really cool way of getting the guest permission to photograph them. Talk about that.
At the end of my consultation, I'll just be like, "Do you care if I take a before and after?" Pretty simple, most of them tell me yes. I've never been told no, so you just ask.
Yeah, I mean, I love it because, older 20-somethings, 30-somethings, 40-somethings, 50-somethings, and I'm a fossil at, 60-something. And they'll always ask, tell me, what are you supposed to say? It's almost like there's magic words, and tell me these magic words to say where I won't feel creepy saying them, and my guest will say yes, and you're going, well, I just kind of ask them.
Yeah.
Right. So you do.
If they are like weirded out by it, just take a picture of the back of their head. Tell them, no, I won't get your face or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it because at 20, you don't have to unlearn old stuff. I mean, you're just like, you come in and you're just really transparent, and your guest is going, of course, right? How about step two, that it's on the back end? It sounds like step two is really where you begin photography. Talk about what that looks like.
Well, luckily at the school we have a circle light, so that definitely helps with getting the best lighting. And you just kind of gotta play, make sure there's like no shadows, or just make sure the brightness and everything is where you want it to be, and take a couple pictures till you get the best one.
Cool. What about step three?
Then I post it, or I tell them, hey, I'm going to post this on social media, and that's how I get my social media out there, by telling them where they can find it.
And then step four, you say, as I read step four, it says, celebrate how amazing it looks. Talk just a little bit about that so there's no gap between what you're saying and what you're doing.
A lot of people will ask, or they won't even ask. I just do the courtesy of showing them the pictures, and they're like, oh my God, react like, that's awesome. It looks so good.
Oh, okay. So, and then of course you'll compliment them on how amazing they look as well, right. I'm sure. Step five is there's a script, there's a soundbite there, and I want you to really, what is step five about, and what's the script? What's the intention or the idea behind the script?
Just like posting it on social media, and then when a lot of the people after I post it, they'll repost their pictures, and then their friends will see that and comment and like it, and then you can get referrals that way.
Yeah, and that's what as I was listening to you, I should say, as I'm learning from you, it's as a result of whether you're posting on your page, and a lot of times they're so happy and stoked about your work and the photography, they post it on their page, and all of a sudden their friends are making comments on it, and you're engaged with their friends, and I'm assuming that's partial in part why you're running at 100 plus referrals since you've been in school.
Yeah, I definitely try to like every comment, and I'll even go through and private message some of the people that comment on there, just
right,
to let them know where I'm at.
Yeah, I think that's even step 6. It says keep an eye out for comments from their friends, and then reply, and that really is what's getting you the referrals.
Right.
Wonderful. Well, we're just about to the end of my time with you, and I thought, maybe a last word. Like your rise so far has been phenomenal, but you're at almost done with Summit Salon Academy, and there's probably a room full of students that are in their first 100 hours. I don't, at any school, they kind of put you in this room with no windows for, 300-400 hours, and they're freaked out. They're thinking, okay, did I do right? What could you say to them that would give them the inspiration, the hope, maybe to calm down, and most importantly, really take advantage of the deal?
Get the best everything that you're learning and that they're teaching you. And if you work hard, it will pay off. And when you're done, you'll be ready to, maybe not 100% ready, but you'll have no problem starting in a salon, whether it's under an associate program or, whatever path you choose. But just work hard and you'll be ready.
Very good. Well, I'm out of time. I'd love to have you back. Like we're going to blink and it's going to be a year from now. And where you've been in the salon spa for a year, I'm kind of putting you on the spot. I'd love to have you back in a year, your first year, to really talk about it and maybe even track, what the second and third year is like, because I think you're the very first person that we've actually had the opportunity to begin the conversation in school only because you've earned the right. You're doing such a phenomenal job. So Godspeed to you, my friend, and thank you for spending some time with us tonight, and I'm going to let you go.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
You too. Thanks for having me.
All right. Give it up for Maddie one more time, will ya? I'm just going to go step one. I mean, she's got like 5 or 6 steps since she's created. She's got her own little system going here, gang. Step one, ask for permission to take before and after photos. And her script it's really simple. Do you care if I take some before and after pictures? I mean, that's pretty straightforward. A lot of you ask me, what can I say so I don't feel so creepy? And I continue to tell you, it's pretty simple. But there's no such thing as words that we're going to give you on the front end where you don't feel awkward. It's through saying the words a few times that you feel less awkward, and Maddie's very uninhibited. I mean, at 20 years old, let's face it, there's nothing for her to unlearn, right? Step two, she takes 7 photos per guest. That's kind of her best practice. Step 3, the guest always asks to see the photos, so be prepared to share them with the guest. Step 4 then is when it shows up, especially on the guest page, to celebrate how amazing the guest looks. Step 5, I'm going to be posting this on Instagram and Facebook. I'll be tagging you. Feel free to repost on your page. I mean, this is the Mad Meister's script. I mean, it's so cool. And then 6, keep an eye out for the comments from their friends, and then engage in social on that page and reply and get ready for some referrals. That's why she's doing 100+ referrals. So what a great evening. Give it up for her one more time, will ya? Next week, a very special guest, Barb Horseman. She's on the show. I think she's been on the show since, and she works up in Nova Scotia, Canada for number 81. Barb is on, where Maddie's on the front end, Barb is a sage, right? She's a guru. She's been in the business for many moons, and she's on her game. She's on her social media game, she's on her planning game, her guest handling game, and she makes, boatloads of, big money. So she's going to be with us next week, so I wanted to just prep you for that, and I look forward to that conversation. If you're new, coming to join us, this is where it happens on this page, Summit Michael Cole OTT. The address is Michael Cole OTT. We're on Instagram as well. We do daily video blogs on this particular page, slogans, and sometimes we'll do some captions as well as pictures. And then, and also on this page now, we're really beginning to post best practices that are working for hairdressers on other pages. So you're going to want to live on this page, right? Instagram.com/Michael Cole BGTD, as in boom goes to I post mostly motivational quotes on that page as well. If you're new, if you went to summitsalon.com, first of all, just hang out on that .com. It's extraordinary. You could live on that .com. It's phenomenal. If you hit a slash, and you get to our products, you're going to see what Maddie was talking about, the planner and the tracking app, and get on that. This is the textbook that they use at Summit Salon Academy, the official Summit text over the top. And if you hit summitsalon.com/MC Live, you will actually see all of the curated videos from the 80th episode all the way down to the first. So if that's where you want to hang and really catch up to us, I think you would enjoy that as well. We also have a number of apps, I should say calculators on pages, to help you to set your goals and tie your personal financial goals into your behind the chair goals. And they're here as well. /Magic Day, /Magic Payday. And go there, and I've got my app guy working on a secret app that I'm going to be debuting here in the next day or so. I'm not going to give it away tonight. You're going to love it, right? And so what else do I want to say before saying goodnight? There's our tracking app. And last but not least, as I always do, I always love to end with gratitude. Summit Salon Business Center is really that is the generator of all of the wisdom and experience, and most of the people that hang with us are our Summit Salon business community. If you're not part of the Summit, consider that for your next era of your life. That we have scorecards that somebody will come in and help you to kind of assess where your salon's been, where it's at, and how much better you could do by taking it up just even a couple of notches. And our consultants would be more than happy to get on the phone and have that conversation with you. And then, of course, come to the Summit. That's where it all starts. These are the L'Oreal Professional Product Division. All of the brands that sponsor the work of the Summit and the work that goes on in this page. And there they are in front of you. You got Redken, we got Matrix, we got L'Oreal Professional, Kerastase, Baxter, Mazzani Purology, Shoe. I mean, it goes on and on. Carita. They're just wonderful, wonderful lines. So thank you, PPD, as well. So having said all that, did you have a good time? It was just an extraordinary evening. I'm going to say, yeah, that's right, Randy Kunkel. Stay grateful, not hateful. And we'll do a little social after I say goodbye. Goodbye.